Hello everybody and welcome to another tutorial. I am the Gamerwhogames and today I'm going to be responding to KO Toy, who has requested me to make a tutorial in which I teach you guys how to model Minecraft Story Mode hair. So number one, this might take a little while because the hair is probably the hardest thing to model. So as you can see, I have this hair selected. This actually isn't one of the styles you can get. Well, this is, but the bun on the top, I just did that by duplicating this. Alright, so number one, there's a few ways you can do this. Actually, two. There's two ways you can do this. One of them is really easy, but you might not get the best results. One of them is pretty difficult, but you'll get good results all the time. Well, if you do the steps correctly, that is. So, the first step is to just import the hair using the 3ds Max and the Max script that I showed you in the previous tutorial. No, there's no or. Let me stop. Deep breath now. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so you can import the hair using the 3ds Max tutorial techniques that I showed you in the previous tutorial. And after that's imported, let me go ahead and turn translate off and everything. And oh, wait a second. Goodness, forgot. I edited it a bit. I replaced the pivot, but when it imports, you just scale it up. Move, rotate, however you need, and boom, you're pretty much done. But this isn't a very good idea because one thing you may notice is the pixels. These are like obviously not straight squares, and you can notice that from far away. Looks like the hair is rippling or something. The sides are a bit better, but it varies every time, and it's just not something you'd really want. And it also won't be proportionate to the head or any other body part unless you happen to scale it very, very, very perfectly, and that'll take a while to do. So that's the first technique. Not exactly recommended unless you're doing something quick. Like if it's a character who's just going to be pretty far away, you don't really need to go in and model it. But if it's a character who you're going to be like always having the camera close up on, like a main character or someone, you're going to want good hair. So what you'll do is create a polygon. The width and height will be 24. Subdivision's width and height will be 128. So what you'll want to do next is create a material. I already have the material created. And create and attach a file to that material. And it's going to be skm1 generic female hair.targa. I will have a download for that in the description. There's also male hair, which I will also have a download link to. And today we're doing female hair. So when you load that on, you'll get a whole bunch of randomness. Like, look at it, it's a mess. And it's pretty intimidating as well, but we're gonna make it look non-intimidating for you. How's that? Alrighty, so the first thing, oh goodness. Okay, don't delete your hair. Don't delete it. If you did, undo it. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is round off, which in math you know that if you have 5.559, just turn it to 5.6 or 5.56, I guess. So what we're going to do is just take off the parts that we only need, because the rest of this stuff, we don't need it. There's just only one thing that we need from here. So you're going to select the hair and go in Window, UV Texture Editor, and you'll see when you have the hair selected, it shows all the faces and UVs that you'll be using. So that is all that we're going to need from this plane right here. So a good way to go about this is to go into face selection and okay, so we have the basics of what we need over here. So a good way to go about this is delete everything else you know you won't be needing. So we'll just do that. That is so much less confusing. Just a heads up, this tutorial is going to take a bit longer than my other ones. This is a pretty tough process. Okay, so that's good. We don't need to do any more rounding off. You can if you want to, but just depends on who you are, what you are. Like, if this isn't distracting for you, go right on ahead. But if it is, go ahead and just pause and just take off any excess shapes that you don't need. And if you make a mistake and delete too much, that's okay. All you have to do is create a new plane, start over again, maybe even just patch the shapes up. Like, you can do mesh, fill hole, and it'll patch it right back up. All you have to do is fill in whatever's missing. To do that, what you can do is, okay, my computer might freeze on this, but okay, so add subdivisions. And it's not working. You get the idea though. Just add some subdivisions, even do the interactive split tool. Works really well. And see? All you have to do is rebuild like that. So don't worry about making any mistakes. Alright, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we'll start selecting a few faces. So you'll select the plane that you have the texture on, and then the hair. Now it's gonna get a little bit confusing, but you'll want to do this like one piece at a time. Actually, you don't select the hair. You select the hair, go into face selection, and then you'll just select one face of the hair. Like, let's start out with this. So we'll just select those faces, and you see it shows up down here. So all we need to do this is a little bit hard. Gonna go ahead and move my hair down over here. Scale it down a bit. There we go. Now there's not a whole lot of going back and forth. So we'll get those faces again, but then these faces down here. It's gonna get a wee bit confusing. Let's just let me select these faces again. Might get a little bit confusing, but all you have to do is shift select and look closely. So you'll see that we don't need this right here, so just deselect the corresponding face. And just continue to fill them in until you like, it's kind of like filling in, yeah, just continue to fill in. I'm not exactly sure how to explain this, but if you could see what I'm doing and understand it, wherever the triangles cover, fill in the corresponding faces on the object. So with that done, be sure to go into object mode on the hair so that you're just selecting these faces down here, and hit extract, because if you have those same faces selected when you hit extract, it's gonna glitch on you. So and object mode and then extract. So now we have this same face over here. So just keep that there. You don't have to worry about moving it. So next we're going to select these. You'll see the faces over here. We're going to select them as well. Go into object mode and extract. So now we have the corresponding face for the top of the head. So now let's go to these back faces over here. And I know this looks like you're making a pattern, but it won't be the same way all the time, especially for other hairstyles. So you want to always pay attention to your UVs if you want to get perfect results, because sometimes the pattern just screws on you, like just whoosh, like just like that. So you want to be careful. Just follow the instructions that the UVs are giving you. Okay. So next we're going to go to these faces down here. This is so unnatural. And just all the way down here. If you need, just adjust your hair a little bit, but you'll see that now we have that face those faces selected. So we'll select the corresponding faces over here. And hit object mode. Whoops. Okay, so what I did, I'm in component selection, so when I hit object mode, then it's gonna deselect everything. No problem, just select the surface and then hit face. It'll bring up your last selection, so no worries. Be sure to save your work. And now let's get these faces down here. Look at those. They look kind of like little piano keys. That's so I want a golden piano. That would be so adorable. So these look like they're just going to start folding, am I right? Yep, they're going to start folding. Sometimes we'll be able to predict what it's going to do. Wait. Sometimes you will be able to predict what's going on. You see I made a mistake over here. This and this face, these faces are supposed to be conjoined, so just extract them. If you ever make no. If you ever make a mistake and you like missed a few faces, just extract them, select the face it's supposed to be joined to, and just combine them. If you're a neat freak, you can go ahead and merge the verts, but you won't really need to. So now we're getting this other side over here. That's odd. Oh well. So now we have the outside done. So let's get the inside. This is actually a really easy hairstyle to do. I have one character with a ponytail. It was pretty... It's not exactly that it's hard, it's just it takes a while and you have to be focused. So this is easy right now. Some of this stuff will get really difficult. I'll show you what I mean in a few seconds. Okay. I'm just gonna ask everyone... Wait, while I'm... No. Ah! Where did that cut come from? Okay. Poly cut. Oh my gosh. Okay. Hopefully that didn't do as much harm as I thought. Okay, that was weird. Where was I now? Oh, that's right. Getting these faces. You actually don't really need to worry about the inside. Okay. So I'm gonna... Yeah, don't worry about those inside faces yet. We might need to, but for now, just don't. Okay, so select the huge green slab and just hit Control Hide, and you'll have all your cutout faces. So what you'll want to do now, you're basically going to start folding them up, kind of like how we did with the Minecraft character itself. So fold, just select, hit Insert, press and hold V, and is this having audio? Oh, thank goodness. I was about to say. Okay, so this stuff is pretty, stuff is pretty straightforward, unlike the stuff that I've seen before, but okay, so that's done. What I'm going to do first is double click your rotate tool and discrete rotate, just switch it up to 90 so that you don't always have to be going in your channel box and checking, making sure it's exactly 90 degrees. Just rotate it 90 degrees, negative 90 degrees. And to make things quicker so that you don't have to move, so that you don't have to rotate this again and then move it over here, just rotate it and select the next face and parent it under it. So when you move these two pieces, they move as one. And then we move our hair down there, and we got the first face done. Oh wait, don't tell me we totally forgot about those. That is so dumb. Okay. Oh man. Display show last hidden. I can't believe we forgot these. These are pretty obvious and important. Okay. Ah, they're these sides right here. Wow. This is pretty straightforward. Like I said before, way better than what I've had to deal with in the past. Okay, so rotate those 90 degrees as well, and you'll see the outside of the hair is finished. All we have to do now is rotate these pieces. Just rotate it 90 degrees. And you'll see that's working pretty well. And there we go. So, quick fix, instead of moving all these pieces, we're just going to put them together and snap the pivot in one of these four corners, like so. And there we go. And see, our hair is pretty much done. Now, okay, we will need to do some of the inside, but it's really easy. I'm gonna show you two techniques that you can do to get the inside of your hair looking nice. One of them is if you want to be perfect. The other one's if you just want to get on with your fun animation. So, first one is the one that we've been doing all day. It's just the UV texture editor thingy, where we just go into the UV texture editor and then select the corresponding faces. That is mostly for the outside of the That's mostly for the outside of the hair, but if there's like a textured part inside of the hair and you just you just want it to be great looking, then just use a UV texture editor method. And let's see, where would that go? Itchy nose. Ah, it's so flickery. Is that correct? Okay. Hang on, let me hide this real quickly. Okay, so that's good. Alright, and the final method that I'm going to show you today is the quick method. I do not recommend using this outside, like for outside of the hair, only on the inside. The quick method, instead of us going getting the UV texture editor, because this is all pretty much the same color, so what I'm going to do instead, just select the colored pixel and extract it, and then go into vertex, like select vertex selection, and snap it to the corresponding verts on the other face. Let me hide this. And the same thing for this edge. Just smooth those vertices over here, and you're done. Well, almost. The final thing that you need to do is put the hair together. So just do poly, combine, and delete the history, because you'll notice all these transforms. In a scene, that's just going to look ugly, and if you delete them, then bye-bye hair that you just worked so hard on. So what you just do is just delete history, and you'll see that goes away. We won't need the plane anymore, so just delete the entire group. We won't need these two hairs anymore either, so delete those. Now, another thing you'll notice immediately is that your hair is just too small. It's just gonna look weird, like a little hat, like the Eversort's crown from episode 7. Has anyone seen that? If you did, leave a comment. That was awesome, but it doesn't look so awesome up here. So what you'll need to do, just leave the hair wherever it is. You can move it onto the grid if you feel like it. This is a good idea. Next thing you're going to do, create a lattice box around the hair. T division should all these divisions should be 2. So T division will start out on 5, just switch those to 2. And right click, go into the lattice point, select those, and just snap them to the grid. So this is exactly what I taught you in the previous tutorial, I believe. So snap those to the grid, and remember, you can use whichever scale you want, but my scale is 2 pixels on a Minecraft skin equals 1 unit in Maya. So what I'll do, I'll just hold down X and just snap them until 2 pixels fills out 1 Maya square, 1 unit, excuse me, for my non-technical language. And we'll do the same thing for the side. And for the height. For the height, you'll have to go into the graph editor so that it's a bit more, you can actually count pixels. Uh-oh. There we go. So you just delete the history and hit modify, center pivot, and just I'm gonna try to place this hair. This is weird. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and grab these faces down here. I usually don't have to edit like this, but I guess this time I do. But it's all up to you. If you want to make some final tweaking, that is entirely up to your discretion. I think this looks good. So that is how to model the hair, and I'll check my email to see if he asked for anything else, but it won't be coming out soon, because this that I showed you, I just made this tutorial because I was modeling hair already for a project that I was doing, a project that I'm going to be busy with for a little while. And I'm going to be going underground for a little while, except for on fan fiction, because that's where I just hang out sometimes. But it's gonna be okay. This has gotten really awkward really fast. Okay. If you need anything else, especially you, KO Toys, you're the one who suggested this tutorial, just leave a comment. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe, tell people about me, and I'll see you soon. So, close it, CRISPR.